Good evening, everyone.
Welcome to Dreamdesk Study Studio. Remember,
It's okay to make mistakes. That's how we grow.
you are safe here. Take your time.
Keep going, one step at a time. Let's do our best until the end of today's lesson.
Today we are learning to
explain what half past, quarter past, and quarter to mean. Tell the time using past. Tell the time using to. And say the same time in different ways. There are two main different types of clocks. The one on the left is called the analog clock. The one on the right is called the digital clock. Analog clock tells time using moving hands, while a digital clock shows time using numbers. In an analog clock, there are three different types of hands: an hour hand, a minute hand, and a second hand. But for today's lesson, we're only going to worry about the hour hand and the minute hand. The hour hand is the shortest hand that gives us the hour of the time. Minute hand is the longer hand, and it tells us the minute of the time.
I am going to make the minute hand face 12. When the minute hand is facing 12, we always read it as something o'clock. In this case, because
The hour hand
is facing 7, it is going to be 7 o'clock. Let me move the hour hand to 1. Now it is going to be 1 o'clock. When the minute hand is pointing at 12, it's just always going to be something o'clock. This time I am going to teach you how to read minutes. You see these numbers? They stay the same when you're dealing with the hour hand. So for example, when the hour hand was pointing at 7, the hour of the time was 7. So this was 7 o'clock. When the hour hand is facing 9, then the hour of that time is 9. And in this case, it is 9 o'clock. However, it is different for the minutes. The interesting thing about the minute is that you always have to multiply the number by 5 for the minute. For example, let's say we have 6 o'clock now. That is 6 o'clock. Now the minute hand is pointing at 1. So when we are reading the time, we will multiply the number, which is 1, by 5 to tell the minute. So now it's 6:05. Another 5 minutes has passed. Now the minute hand is pointing at 2. Again, I need to multiply the number by 5 to tell the minute. So the time right now is 6:10. 6 is the hour and 10 is the minutes. Let's have a look at this time. Pause the video and think about what time this is. Yes, it is 6:15 because the hour is still at 6, but the minute multiplies by 5, so it becomes 6:15. As you may have realized, the minute hand is going to travel this way. It goes around, 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 and when it comes back to 12, it's going to be the next hour. And this direction that the clock hands move around, we call that clockwise. The hands of the clock goes around clockwise. Minute hand moves around clockwise. And every 5 minutes, we can tell quite easily looking at the analog clock, right? We just need to multiply the minutes by 5. And then when it comes back to 12, then we know it is going to be the next hour. Then how about the hour hand? Does it move around? The answer is yes. The hour hand, although we can't easily see it because it is very slow, it does move around. So let's say, again, the time is 6 o'clock, so the hour hand is here. As the minute hand moves around, slowly and very, very slowly, I'll use another color, hour hand moves as well. Okay, so by the time the minute hand is around, so it goes around, 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 and by the time the minute hand is over here, this is the minute hand, let's say, then the hour hand would also be around halfway between 6 and 7 because it would have slowly moved along with the minute hand. So it's going to be in between 5 and 6 like this. And after that, this minute hand will continue to move along clockwise, and now it has reached almost to 12, which will be a full turn, and it will become the next hour, which is 7 o'clock. By this time, you will also see the hour hand almost pointing at 7 like that, because in 5 more minutes, it needs to become 7 o'clock, and the hour hand cannot just jump from one number to the other, so it's slowly moving. So the time here, right now, it is 6:55. As 11 times 5 equals to 55. And the hour hand, although it looks like it's pointing at 7, it's not quite 7 yet. It will be 7 o'clock in 5 minutes here. In 5 minutes here. So it is still 6:55, although it looks like the hour hand is pointing at 7. Shall we have another look at this time? Please pause the video and think about what time this may be. It was confusing, wasn't it? We know that the long hand is minute hand, so we are going to multiply 5 to the 10, which is going to be 50 for the minutes. Then how about the hour? It looks like it's pointing at 4, but do you realize that it's getting ready to be the next hour? And by the time this minute hand reaches 12, the hour hand is not suddenly going to jump to the next hour, so it's going to be fully pointing at 4. So the time right now is going to be 3:50. And by the time minute hand moves to 12, then it's going to be fully 4 o'clock. This time, we are going to learn to read our analog clock using the word past and to. Do this. I'm going to split this clock into half, and this side, I am going to call it past. And this side, I'm going to call it to. And there is a reason for this. The meaning of past means it has gone past hour. For example, if I say 4:05, it means it has been 5 minutes past after 4 o'clock. Whereas the meaning of to means it is getting close to the next hour. So if I say it is 5 minutes to 6 o'clock, that means after 5 minutes, it will be 6 o'clock. So it is not 6 o'clock yet, but it will be 6 o'clock in 5 minutes. Then let's have a look at it in context. I have the minute hand here and hour hand here. So the hour is 5 and the minute is 10. Since 5 o'clock, 10 minutes has passed. So when we are reading the time here, we will say 10 past 5. It is 10 past 5 and it equals to 5:10, which we learned a few moments ago. 5:10 equals to 10 past 5. Then how about this one? The minute hand is pointing at 3, so the minute is 15. Can you guess how you would read this time using the word past? Yes, you're right. You will probably read it as 15 past 5, which is not wrong. But for 3, we have a special name for it. We call that a quarter. And the reason for that is because if you split the circle into 4 sections, this is a quarter, isn't it? This is quarter. So we call that quarter past. So the time now can be read as quarter past 5. It has passed the hour of 5. Then let's have a look at the time now. We can see the minute hand is at 6, which is halfway around the turn. So the hour hand has also moved halfway. The hour is 8. The minute is 30. We could probably read this time as 30 past 8. And you're not wrong. However, for 6 also we have a special name. And these you have to memorize it. 6, we call that a half. And you could imagine why we call that a half, because this is half of the turn. So we can also read this time as half past 8, which equals to 8:30. Let's move on to the other side of the clock. After half, we are now more closer to the next hour. So instead of using we have passed this hour, we tend to use we are getting closer to the next hour. And that's when we use the word to. Let's say my hour is pointing here and my minute is pointing 8. We know that the minute is 40 and the hour is 1 because it hasn't quite reached 2, right? So it is 1. If we read it out, just like how we learned it a few moments ago, we would read it as 140, which is correct. But if I was to use the word to, we will have to count how many more minutes it will take to turn to the next hour, which is 2 o'clock. So it will be 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 15 minutes, and 20 minutes. Then this is going to become 2 o'clock. So we read this time as 20 to 2. It means in 20 minutes, it's going to become 2 o'clock. Is it 2 yet? No, it is not. Has it passed 1? Yes, it has. So when you're using to, you always have to say the hour that is coming up, not the hour that has passed. Let's have a look at this time. Please pause the video and read this time for me in 2 different ways. Well done. It is 10:35. That's not the only way we can read this. We can also use the word to read it. So what is the next hour? It's going to be 11 o'clock. So we know that the hour is 11. Then how many minutes till 11 o'clock? We will have to count. 5, 10, 15, 20, and 25. In 25 minutes, it's going to be 11 o'clock. So I will read it as 25 to 11. Let's try another question. What time is this now? Please pause the video and have a go. Yes, it is 6:45. Then how can we read this? By using the word to. We know 5, 10, 15. It's 15 to 7. 15 to 7 o'clock. But just like 3, we also have a special name for 9, which is quarter again. But instead of saying it quarter past, we call 9 quarter to. And you could see the reason why it is called quarter, because it really is a quarter of a circle. It is quarter to 7. Is it 7 o'clock yet? No. Has it passed 6 o'clock? Definitely. So the time is 6:45 as well as it is called quarter to 7. Let's make this the last question. Please can you tell me what time it is? Pause the video and have a go, please. Great job. It is 12:55. Although the hour hand is pointing at 1, we know when the minute hand is nearly close to 12, the hour hand will get ready for the next hour, so the hour is still 12 o'clock. Do we use the word past or to in this case? That's right, it's on the left side, so we will have to use the word to. Then how many minutes to the next hour? Only 5. Time now is 5 to 1. And of course, we can read this time as 12:55.
I hope you learned something meaningful today. You did a great job just by showing up and trying. It's okay to go slowly and it's okay to make mistakes. What matters is that you don't give up.
Thank you for watching. See you next lesson.